the home buying or selling process is one of the most stressful, emotional life events people go through. And they're excited and they're anxious at the beginning, but eventually what starts to happen is the process starts to happen, and then they start to get very stressed, very emotional, because there's so many moving parts. You're moving a family from one part of the country to another, or you're trying to purchase a home in a seller's market, or you're trying to sell a home in a buyer's market, and you're not getting the activity that you were expecting or hoping to see, and you're constantly changing and not knowing, what do I do? How do I handle it? So that's why you have to be hands-on. You have to be involved. I would absolutely get financing in order. Many times people go out and start looking at homes before they've figured out what's in their budget. And when I say budget, I don't mean what you're qualified to. You may be able to qualify and purchase an $850,000 home, but your comfort budget is $475,000. So it's important to do it backwards from what most people do. Usually they'll say, I went out and I got qualified and I'm good to $500,000. But do you know what that means to you monthly? Because so many of us will purchase something and say, well, I really don't want my monthly payment to exceed $1,700 a month. And I've got X amount of dollars to put down, and I've got that for closing costs and all the rest of it. We need to know what that translates to. So I'd rather we figure all that out, then go out and look at the homes that fit that category. So a contingency sale can be challenging in a market like this, because if from a seller's perspective, if 3 buyers come in, all of them like the home, all of them want to present an offer, one needs to sell a home across town and the other 2 don't, naturally the seller is going to say, I don't want to take that risk. I don't want to absorb that risk. As concerning as it may be, I do think it's best for you to prepare your house to get it on the market without necessarily going on, but be ready to flip a switch and say, I can have it on the market tomorrow, and we'll get the thing, it's in a price range that'll also move quickly to remove some of the concern for that. But if you can be uncomfortable for 4 to 6 months, meaning if you had to move out of your house, put stuff in storage and rent, I'd rather you be uncomfortable for 4 to 6 months than be miserable for 10 years. I've heard people talk about the inspection process, and is it really necessary if it's a new enough home? I think that's probably one of the best investments that you could make in getting a good, qualified, licensed, insured, bonded home inspector to walk through the home and see things that you wouldn't necessarily see, but also bring something to your attention that you think, oh my God, I didn't even know that. If I need to get out of this, I can get out of it. I can walk away from it. I'm Mike MacGuire. I am one of the owners of Platinum Group Realtors, but my primary focus is my personal real estate business, and I have always been a boots on the ground, roll up my sleeves, get into it person, and that'll always be my focus. So I'd rather be out in the field with you, walking houses, or walking through your home to prep it for the market. That's who I am.